Okay, so question 16, we've been asked to explain why 6 cannot generate a group under multiplication modulo 8. Okay, so let's consider 6 to be the group generator, and then now let's consider 6 raised to the power of 0, which is 1. 6 raised to the power of 1 is 6. And 6 squared is 36, modulo 8 is 4. 6 to the power of 3 is 216, and modulo 8, that is 0. Okay, so I've tried a couple more elements and I keep getting 0, but for now we can just consider some of the elements here. Okay, so let's try and see if these elements have inverses. Okay, so we obviously have the identity element is 1 for this case, because 1 times by anything is just get the thing that you times it by. So we have an identity element. We know multiplication is associative. So we can now check for inverses. Okay, so let's have a check of this element. So let's see the element 6 if it has an inverse. Okay, so the definition of an inverse is that we want to times the element by its inverse, and then we'll get 1, right, which is the identity element. Okay, so in this case we're doing it modulo 8. So essentially we have to find the solutions to this equation, but we see there are no solutions to this equation, because if we consider the integers modulo 8, what I like to do is kind of like write it out. It's terrible 0. So let's consider 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 8 is then going to go here. Okay, if we consider if we keep going, 9, 10, 11, we can spot a pattern here. Okay, so 15, 16, 17. Okay, so let's consider the integers in this column here that are congruent to 1 modulo 8. Okay, one conclusion we can draw is that they're all going to be odd. Okay, where you can think about that is you have even number here. 8 is an even number. Add 1 to it, you get 9. So all of these numbers in this column, all of the integers, excuse me, that are going to be congruent to 1 modulo 8 are going to be odd. However, here we have 6 times by x, which is always going to be even. So 6 does not have an inverse in modulo 8. Okay, so this element doesn't have an inverse. Maybe some more of them do, but just to disprove a universal statement, all we need is an existential statement. Okay, so we found one example which kind of collapses the whole claim that this is a group. Okay, so no, 6 cannot form a group under multiplication modulo 8 because one or more of the elements will not have inverses, and that contradicts one of the group axioms.